Solar Nation. Hey yo, nation, salutations. We sing gratitude to the core of creation as we rise in the highest vibration. Right now we're about to do another solar activation. We got Brother Gilly.
Yo, pura vida.
Yeah, we're about to go get in the...
Walk over there, you try right over there.
I'm gonna jump on with you. We're about to do phase 1 of the activation. How do I jump on? Just behind you here. Alright. I'm on. Yeah.
This is ready too, bro. It's coconut.
Yeah, more than ready. As you already know, this is a very simple process we're about to go through, but it takes practice to come back, or should we say forward, to the ability to live according to the simplicity that's natural for us. And we got the brother here right now. He's ready for it. He's ready to go. He's ready to take his elevation to the next level. So we're gonna do this. Come through. Register yourself for one of the Warriors Healing Retreats this month. We're going all the way through 2020. All the way through 2020 with the events. Just to make sure we can resume our true position on this earth. Man, woman, and child. Can walk proud and know who you are. Alright. Salutations, nation. As always, we sing gratitude to the core of creation as we rise in the highest vibration. Truth, purity, strength, love, life into eternity, moving in our highest heights, and creating a world accordingly. Today, we got a special guest, the brother Gilly, inside. We're gonna go through phase 1.1 of the activation, which, as those of you who watch already know, is referring to the solar core. Those of you who are preparing to join us over here in Costa Rica or wherever we may be to go through the course, please participate, enjoy, and we're about to get started. Alright, my brother, so nice and simple. Again, we speak about this all the time. Myself and Gilly speak about this frequently, so he knows what we're gonna do and what we're getting into. But just to recap it and refresh it before we get in. Basically, the simplicity of life, as we always say, is overlooked. Way overlooked. Like we're so busy trying to accomplish and achieve things in the world that we forget about the fundamental and foundational things that are necessary for us to even be able to do that. Like the earth itself, the being who created the earth, the breath that it's given us to be able to have these bodies, you know? These are fundamental things that we just overlook. But just with these three things alone, the power within them will give us the ability to achieve anything, you know? And so phase 1.1 allows us to go into actively applying the breath in a way that is optimal for the system, for the body, for us to receive 100% of our capacity of oxygen, 100% capacity of energy, activate the neural system, otherwise known as the nervous system, so that the electricity can wire and fire through the body completely, and we can really be those total beings that we're here to be. They say in science and other forms of physics that we use less than 10% of the brain's capacity as we function in day-to-day life. That's true. Truth is, we probably use even less because of the fact that we, by virtue of our own actions, trap ourselves in what 1% of what is there to be perceived in physical reality. So we, being the force that governs and commands and dictates really the shape of life on earth, we're telling our bodies, we're programming our cells and our brains to say, all right, we're only operating here, so this is what we're going to do. Now with this practice, we start to expand again out into the other 99% through the winds of the body, the breath that connects us to the body from the spirit. And you just practice this, the brother's gonna practice this, and y'all tell me what experiences you go through and how your life transforms as a result. So we're gonna sit. Good. And you want to have your hands just at the edge of your lap, just like that. Good. Back nice and straight. And you want to be as relaxed as you possibly can. Nice and relaxed. Now drop your chin slightly. There you go. And you want to feel almost as if your head is floating, like it's been suspended by a string. Just release any tension that's in the back of your neck, connecting the spine to the brain, stem. You're just going to release all of that tension in every moment. Don't stop doing it. Focus on it. And let it feel as if your head is floating. Now as you do this, good. See, Brother Gilly's already watched the video, so he knows what to do. You want to breathe in as deeply as you can through your nose. Good. And as you breathe in, you just want to make your belly expand. And as you breathe out through your nose, the belly shrinks and pulls in like the air leaving a balloon. Good. You got that? Alright, just 3 breaths like that now. Let's see it. Now you want to go as slowly and deeply with this as you can. Slowly and deeply as you can. Now when you start to feel, when you get to the fullest extent of the depth of your breath, when you start to feel your chest raise, you want to actively lower that and keep pushing out your diaphragm, keep pushing out your belly and allowing more of the energy, of the oxygen, of the breath to fill this region. Good. Good. All right. Now as you do this, just start to pay attention to the sensation of your body. Just the feeling of actually having a body. While staying attentive to the breath, just feel your body. Feel your body now. Scan it from the top of your head to the tip of your toes. Every cell, every atom, every molecule, every part of your body. Scan it for where you may be holding on to any type of tension. And as you breathe in, that's right, you're going to maybe have to move a little bit when you feel the tension in certain spaces. Just scan your whole body. And as you breathe in, nice and deep, nice and slow, the energy is literally fueling every single cell. The oxygen is fueling every cell of your body. Breathing in the life force. And as you breathe out, you want to actively see and feel all tension evaporating and become more and more and more relaxed with each breath out. Relaxation is a practice that never ends. Relaxation doesn't mean you're being lazy. It means that you're actively releasing any tension that's in your body so that the energy and the spirit and the electricity can fire and wire through you to its optimal extent. One thing that makes this easier now is if you pay attention to the sensation of your weight. So whilst paying attention to the sensation of the body, feel your weight now on whatever seat you're sitting on. And the harder the surface, the better. Feel your bum on your seat. Feel your feet on the earth. Feel your palms on your lap. And as you breathe, breathing into the sensation of your body, into the sensation of your weight. As you breathe out, becoming more and more relaxed. Feeling no tension evaporate. Now, at the same time as we do this, just pay attention to whatever's in your environment. Your eyes are closed, you're hearing the sounds. Right now we're hearing the ocean. We've got a bar behind us playing music. You hear that sound? And that sound is heard within a greater silence. Without the silence, the sound cannot be heard. So at the same time as hearing the sound, pay attention to the silence behind it. It's very simple. Don't allow the mind to complexify anything. Before the sound started playing, there's silence. After the sound is finished, there's silence. That silence doesn't go anywhere. The sound is just heard within that space of silence, and it's still here now. Pay attention to that space. Still focusing on the breath now, slow and deep. We engage the totality of ourselves, all of ourselves is engaged in this. The body is set in stillness. The mind is focused now on applying itself to breathing. The breath is engaged. You start to become aware of your own energy as you're aware of the sensation of your body. Oftentimes, when they speak of meditation, they speak of it as a passive process where you just sit and try and envision something. But this isn't about envisioning anything. This is about being one with all that is, from the space of zero. Alright, now we're paying attention to our breath, the sensation of our body, releasing tension with each breath, the feeling of our weight on the earth, the silence behind the sound. Now let's go a little bit deeper and look at the awareness that's aware of all of these things. What is that? The very sense of being itself. What is that? And what is being and awareness in relation to the intelligence that's created everything? Because if I go into this silent space in myself, Gilly goes into this silent space in himself, and all of you participating come into this space in ourselves, we find the same clarity. Now when we talk about being one, it's from here that we're one, before any division is even possibly created. This isn't an inert space, it's not a dead space. It's a place of awareness, of living intelligence. Right now our hearts are beating. If we've had something to eat, our bodies are digesting the food. What intelligence is doing that and making that happen? What intelligence enables us to be able to feel and perceive the sense of our body and hear the sound of this voice and the music and the sea and the birds walking? Can it be separate from the intelligence that's making the waves of the tides flow to the shore, and a seed growing into the trees so great and grand. This is all part of the divine plan. And we're all pieces in this great grand puzzle from the same point of stillness and awareness and being. And as we said previously, everything in the world is designed around us always being on the go, 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 doing, having, always on the move, which isn't necessarily a bad thing because we're here to produce and create. But the question is, on what level are we creating? We're always going to use the power of the Supreme Being to create, because there's no power other than that. But are we coming from the perfection and purity of itself? Or are we coming from a lesser state that is contrived within it? Now the majority of the world, of mankind, are coming from a lesser state. It's undeniable. That's why there's so much war, poverty, unnecessary, famine, disease, sickness, conflict, sadness, depression. The majority of people in the so-called civilized Western world are on some type of medication to pacify their discomfort, whether it be alcohol, some type of drug, pharmaceutical drug or otherwise. Everybody's using something to distract themselves away from the sensation of their very own self, of their very own being. And this is the state we're creating the world from. What type of bullshit is that? And so this is a guided meditation, but at the same time it's a talk. It's just us being in our being and reasoning something. And it's just me talking now because I'm just like, it's like a GPS. I'm the woman on the GPS as you drive, or the man on the GPS as you drive, and he or she gives you your direction to your destination. I'm just speaking, like saying left turn here, right turn here, up here, down there, in here. But this is just really a discussion that we're having, relating us to the primary point of our being. And from this space, we can start to heal. When we start to spend time in this space, everything that has us bound and chained to lesser and lower states in ourselves, which we all, myself included, have and have had to overcome in this life, all of that starts to rise to the surface. We're not distracting ourselves with anything now. We're not distracting ourselves from ourselves, and we're not using anything to distract ourselves. So everything that's in us, in our mind, in our heart, in our emotion, is going to start to come to the surface. And this is how we truly heal the subconscious. And the subconscious mind is truly one with the universal mind. Or as we say in mental magic, the omniversal mind. Because it's omnipotent. All-encompassing. Going back to the foundation, the breath. Nice and slow. Deep. Paying attention to the function of the belly, the stomach, the diaphragm, in and out. And you just notice the total shift in your state of being when you focus and pay attention to breathing in this way. Literally shifts everything. Myself and Brother Gilly was speaking yesterday or the day before about the world going in one direction with all of the things we spoke about that are bad, and then us moving in what we could call goodness, which we don't even want to use duality terms, but for the simplicity of this talk, we'll use those terms. When we start to move in alignment with the natural rhythm of nature, we're literally going in the opposite direction to everything that the world is doing. So it's a total reorientation of our state of being, of ourself. We've been programmed to to have to function and operate in a world that really just leads us to the grave. What do we have to look forward to at the end of life but the grave, according to this world of humans in this era? Nothing. You know, and then what's after that? Nobody knows, seemingly. Some people know. But that's a topic for another discussion. We want to keep this simple. Why is it that a huge horse could be there, a cow, an elephant, and birds will just come and land on them and play around them happily? And as soon as a little human walks by, all of the natural, lovely, beautiful creatures will run off. Because the energy we're carrying is disgusting. And then when we come out to a place like this, we see the beautiful ocean around us. You just feel the purity, you feel the healing that comes from just being here. Because this is perfection, original creation. And this is what we have to start to rewire ourselves to be a part of again. Not just in our phones, in the digital world, not just in our own mental construction of what we think we have to do to be a success in the matrix or the system that's being constructed by men, but actually a part of the creation that was here before any man even knew about a system. Because this is the only thing that's going to allow us to continue on forward when this thing crashes. Anybody who can't be aligned with the purity and the perfection of this, there's not much hope for you. You know? So talk to us, brother. How do you feel just after relating to yourself in this way?
I feel like I was floating. You know? It's light, open, it's cool. Calm.
Yeah.
I actually had like a back was hurting and I like that. It's like went away, like just me breathing and, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
And the reality of that is that it's all light, it's all energy, it's all electricity. This body is just a formation of cells. And if you go down into the core of every atom, you see 99% empty space, which is filled with light, just like this. And when we start to allow the light into ourselves of the supreme intelligence, it puts everything back into its proper order. This is how in the stories of someone like Jesus making the blind see or healing leprosy or whatever, we're just talking about a being who is so attuned to the perfection of creation that he or she will come to you and just be like, look, you're perfect already. It's just you that's forgotten it. Feel this. Then bang. The perfect state, the geometric perfection of the form, how it's supposed to be, just like when we're born. Is he here? Alright. Yeah, that geometric perfection starts to come into alignment once again. And so you feeling that natural harmony coming into your body again. That's what it is. Undeniable. The brother even spoke it himself. I didn't prompt him to say that. I didn't ask him to say that. I just asked him how he felt, and he told you his experience. You know? It's real. There's so much more to us than what we've been taught. And again, without the breath, we can't even have life in these bodies. So with the breath, the potential of life in these bodies and our experience of life is endless. It's all mental. And the first point of controlling ourselves, body, mind, soul, spirit, energy, is with the breath. And that's what we're doing. Goes deeper, but this is just a basic introduction, phase 1.1. And welcome. You think he's walking around looking for us?
On the phone.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, that's perfect, man. So thank you for joining us, brother.
No doubt.
And again, less words before we sign out. We have to make this practice something that is in our daily routine, like the foundation. When waking up in the morning, we lay on our back, flat, knees up, feet flat on the bed or on the ground, wherever you're laying, hands on the stomach, breathing the same way, feeling the belly expand and shrink, growing and shrinking with each breath in and out. Before we go to bed at night, we do the same thing. Doing it in the morning now activates us to be able to be, first our nervous system gets activated
How long do you do that for?
until you feel like it's time for you to get up. It's on you. You can start and count breaths, like 3 to 5 breaths, but really I would recommend everybody just do it for as many breaths as you need. Don't even count them. Just go deep in, and then when you feel that same space of relaxation and lightness,
Yeah, exactly.
then you get up. And then again, after you get up, you sit again on the surface, do a
It's
few more
crazy
breaths
because
upright.
like when I'm sitting regular,
Yeah,
I can actually feel myself. You know how you can just feel like the uncomfortable, like yourself. But when I'm like breathing, like how you told me, it's like I don't feel myself.
you don't feel the pains or the
Well, I
body,
don't.
the
Yeah, I
discomfort.
feel like I'm floating. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
So, all right, see, we're gonna keep this rolling. We're going deeper. He said he don't feel himself. He doesn't feel himself, right?
Like, you know, understand what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
you
I
feel
get it.
like
I get it totally.
you don't feel like anything. You just feel like, okay, that's a little thing right
but you
there.
see, now that is your real self.
Yeah.
That state of not feeling anything, that lightness, that's who you really are. Think about it. Have you been to someone's funeral before?
Yeah.
And if you looked at the body, like the corpse,
Yeah.
now the being that you love, that was in there driving the body like a car, that being's gone, right? And it's just a shell now. And what happens when we die? If the body dies, less breath,
Yeah.
gone, spirit left, the being left, and it's just a shell. What is that being that left? It's the pure lightness that he spoke about feeling, and that you may feel and experience when you do this yourself as well. Now everything else, just like we heard the silence and then the sound inside of it, we are that lightness, and all of the sensations and the weight are all within the weightlessness, the lightness of who we are.
Yeah.
So it's perfect.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So we gotta
It's hard
practice.
for me to meditate because I haven't really been in a guided meditation. I try to do it myself, but it's better when somebody's telling you.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
that's only for now. If you just remember everything that I said just now and just start to apply it to yourself every day, don't miss a day. When I met El Camino, the conquering hand, and I saw him walk past me, everybody probably knows the story by now, but I was there, I was feeling so much pain in my body because of the energetic state of this world. Now that's undeniable. Anxiety, depression, fear, like feeling rattled. Why do we have that? That's not a natural thing. You could wake up in your bed in the day, in the morning, in a new day, and feel perfect. And as soon as you go out into the world again, you start feeling all of these sensations from nowhere. Why is that? That's because of the energetic state of the world around us. Now there are reasons for that we're not going to get into, but a lot of the bad energy in the world had been consciously projected onto me, and I was feeling the discomfort of it. I was already on the journey for a certain point of time, so I knew that I could clear it myself somehow, but I didn't know how. I didn't even know that it was energy at the time. I didn't know if I'd been microchipped. I didn't know
Yes.
what the heck it was. I just knew I was in pain, and I didn't know where it came from. So I went out to a field, like an open forest called Wormwood Scrubs in London, in West London, near Shepherd's Bush, White City. If you know the region, you're familiar with it. It's called Wormwood Scrubs. There's a forest region, and there's an open park. And I put my tent in the forest, and I was just out there for a few days. On the second day of me being there, I saw El Camino, the conquering hen, just walk past me, glowing in the sun, beard shining white, his hair. And he looked at me, and he walked past, and he walked back, and he started to talk to me about meditation. And he guided me into the same thing I've guided you to now, the breath into the belly. And he told me to just do this every single day for 5 weeks, then contact him. I did it because I saw and felt the power and the presence of this being, this beautiful being that was moving right past me every single day. And the results that came of doing it, those of you who see me in real life and those of you who experience the energy online as well, what you see me as today, largely, not completely, but largely has come, I'd say at least 75%, 80%, maybe even 85%, has come from this one practice, breath into the belly, learning how to feel one's weight and truly ground, feel the lightness, and then expanding it into Qigong and Tai Chi, which then becomes martial arts and all other types of movements we can make. So don't take this lightly, my people. Practice this every single day. When you wake up, do it. And start to bring the quality of your breathing into as much of your life as you can. Every moment in life.
Yo.
And you're gonna feel the transformation. What's up, G?
It's good, B.
Shut up, man. Chill.
Yeah.
In the middle. Let me see.
Oh, yeah.
That's interesting.
No stops, bro. Sick.
Yes. Yeah. We got brother Jamil's just joined us, you see, behind there.
Nice.
It's good, yo.
Chill it, man.
I wondered if you could be here for the whole process, but
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I told him. I just told him to just go ahead because I told you last minute. So I knew you was gonna look.
all right. Let's keep going. I'm gonna stop this now. So yeah, everybody, you seen that, you felt what we did, you heard the brother's living testimonial
Yes,
to the
yes,
practice, and keep going, keep practicing every day, and you're gonna feel results in your life. It's impossible not to.